Welcome back, traders. So to understand rejection block, we must first understand that there is liquidity everywhere in the market, even above this candle. Now, rejection blocks, as the name implies, just basically tells us that price rejects from a particular area, right? A particular zone. So when price rejects from that zone, leaving a long wick, then there's tendency that when price is going back to that zone or that area, it also rejects. Now this is an example of a rejection block. See this long wick right here. The creation of this long wick is because there have been too many rejections from this zone. You can see rejection from this zone, right? A rejection, then leaving a long wick, and this wick takes this liquidity out. Now this wick has liquidity resting above this candle. So this candle's body has liquidity, and this liquidity is being taken out by this one. Liquidity taken out here, this one takes out this liquidity here. So this candle's wick from the high to the top of this body is your rejection block. So price rejects from this spot right here. And when you are trading rejection block, you should bear in mind that there's what we call a psychological number or a big number. Now this wick is being created at a psychological number, which is this one right here, 1.2800. You can see it right here. So this wick is being created off of the rejection from this big number, this 1.2800. So now, having that in mind, leaving this long wick, creating this rejection block right here, we now expect price to rally to that side and give us an entry to the downside. So this is a rejection block. That is one step of trading a rejection block. This is another rejection block here. You can see a long wick, right? You can see a long wick, right? Here is your long wick. You can see price coming to that rejection block, tapping into it and going to the other side, tapping into an FEG, coming back. You see how all these things react, price reacts to all these PDRs. You can see it. So looking for another rejection block, you can see a rejection block here. Now I always use the rejection block or the wick in the middle. You can see it, the wick in the middle. You can see the wick in the middle right here. So the wick in the middle is they tend to come out the more. This rejection block is off of which spot? Right here. You can see that the rejection block is off of this 27600. Okay, let's check it out. 2.60 2.600. All right, let's leave it as this So this is your 2.600. Price rejecting from this area right here. Okay, I want it to be very straight. Yeah, so we have 2.600. You can see price rejecting and leaving the body, rejecting and leaving out the body. You can see it. So that is where price is scared of coming into. Now the price goes up and comes down, then coming down, the price does not pass this zone. You can see it right here that this spot is what we call rejection block, leaving it what a long wick. Now this long wick is being traded into, and price stops here to give you what a bullish move again. You can see from a fair value gap to we have a what a rejection block, and after this rejection block we have price coming down here, not to pass that zone but to give you another entry to the upside with a what with a rejection block. We have many cases, but rejection blocks are quite rare to find also, like our mitigation block. So we have other cases like this. We have a rejection block here, we have a rejection block here, this is one rejection block here. I will choose this, and from this to this point. So now you can see that price is rejecting from this point. You can see it, price is rejecting from this point. And to find our psychological numbers, that is our big number. Our big numbers are this 00 and this 850 right here. So here we can either choose this one for a price entry, or this one right here for a price entry. So our big numbers or psychological numbers are 100, 50, 80, 20. So we have 4 psychological numbers. Either you use this for your entry into your rejection block, or you use this. You can see price did not give us an entry from this big number, this psychological number, but it gave us an entry from this zone, which is the 80. You can see price giving us an entry from the 80. All right, so you can enter when you see price rejecting off of this zone here, off of this rejection block. So that is your 80, or better still, enter with a better confirmation with the 50. So you can see price reacting from the 50. That is where this candle stops, which is the 50, right? That is the 50. So when you see price rejecting from this 50 and not going above this 50, then you know that there's a need for you to wait for confirmation and enter the market at that time using that rejection block, right? So we have other rejection blocks, and as you all know, rejection blocks from a higher time frame is always the best. So every PDRs from a higher time frame, they are always working, they are always giving you a higher chance for the market to react than PDRs from a lower time frame. So looking for more of this rejection block, as you can see, they are quite rare. Rejection blocks are quite rare to find. Rejection blocks are quite rare to find. You can see this rejection block right here. This one is a rejection block, but price did not give us a reason to enter here. It's a long wick, but price did not give us a reason to enter here. And let's look for more rejection blocks. You can see this long wick right here. You can see this long wick right here. Yeah, yes, this is a long wick right here, which price rejected from. This is an area where price rejected from, and giving you what's a long wick, and that wick signifies your rejection block. So like I said earlier, having to see that your rejection block has been created, you just need to use your big numbers. So where we have the closest big number, and the closest big number we have is 900. All right, so 900 is where we should enter. So now this is 900. You can see price rejecting from that zone, and the market is not closing below it. You can see where market closed above it, meaning that price is really rejecting that spot, and it's also a psychological number, a big number. Now price enters that rejection block and rally to the upside, scared of that area also. So what other proofs? What other proof? We have rejection blocks here too. Let's cite rejection blocks. So this is one rejection block here. This is a rejection block. This is also a rejection block. You can see this area right here. What did I say about your big numbers? You can see that we have 25200. 25. So let's go down. 25200. You can see price rejecting off of that zone, off of that number. You can see price rejecting off of that number. You can see price rejecting off of that number, just like there is, you can see it, 25200. Perfect. Price rejecting off of that number. So once price rejects and gives you a long wick, just know that there's something there the price is scared of. So now price comes in, enters the rejection block, and bear in mind that there is a fair value gap here. So we have two scenarios here, which is the rejection block and the fair value gap here. So if price had entered this spot, it will be hard for you to spot. It won't be hard for you to know that there's a big number here, which is 24600, right? That's a big number, 24600, and price would react from here, giving you a reason to buy and move to the upside. We have another rejection block here. This will be the last rejection block. So this is a rejection block here, a long wick, price rejecting off of that zone. Are we looking for our big numbers here? We are looking for our big numbers here. So the nearest big number is what? 26500. All right, so you can see that price rejected off of that number 26. Okay, let me draw it well. 26500, and you can see price tapping into that number, and not closing below it after this candle, rejecting off of this spot, and what price move to the upside. That is your entry. So subscribe, like, and share for others to see. So this is a strategy on its own, and see you on the next video. Peace.